This was said 6 days ago.
Last Monday.
7 days ago.
7 now, but
7
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
7 days ago, these words were uttered.
Yeah, I think the number one is, there's a consistency that players need in coaching, especially when you're in season. It's also, if you make that move, who's that next guy is he on staff?
Yeah.
All those things are part of factors to that. But and the ultimate thing is one, I believe that Coach Christian can do this job and finish the year for sure.
Oof.
And I think it's where we're at and what we can do. It's the best thing for those players at this time.
Yeah. That was 7 days ago. Yesterday, the Oregon State fired their special teams coordinator, Jamie Christensen. Or Christian? Is it Christian? Jamie Christian. He was turfed yesterday. Bye-bye. They fumbled the opening kickoff. Well, their opening kickoff, not the opening kickoff of the game.
Yeah, David Wells Jr. just
coughed one up, and
quick.
App State jumped all over him.
17-0.
17-0 in the first half, and you're like, oh, my God, are they going to get blown out? And not just lose, are they going to get blown out? And then they find their way back into the game. A couple of side notes on this, and then we'll dive into the entirety of it, including Scott Barnes' statement that he released yesterday.
Well, he cares now.
He cares now.
It's time to care, Beaver
We've heard
Nation.
from him. Also, the GM of the football team, who was not the GM according to them, but was the GM, just openly quit this weekend, so that was cool.
He's been there. He knows.
Was anybody else shocked turning on the game for two reasons? One, the game looked like it was filmed in 1993.
That's ESPN Plus for you.
Is that how all their games look?
Yeah.
Well,
oh my God!
All
they're
the
taking
stuff on
local
ESPN
cameras.
Plus, the home school is basically.
That's why the
I had no
broadcasters
idea
for
that was the
production.
case, and I'm turning the game on. I'm like, is this that? This is like
So you thought it was going to be actual
like
ESPN
actual
people
broadcast? I
running?
did.
No.
I've never watched a football game on ESPN Plus
No,
before.
that's why the guys were crying when they were talking about Sean Clark on the broadcast.
I was so taken aback when I turned it on in the first half.
The guy was like,
they're having a moment of silence, and then there's a fumble on the kickoff, and there was a lot to react to there. Okay, I just wanted to check there. I had never watched a college football game on ESPN Plus before. Not a big ESPN Plus guy, but I did for this one in order to watch it.
Yeah.
So they fall down 17-0. You come all the way back. Do we want to start with the game itself or just the reaction to the game? Do you guys have anything from the game that you would like to talk about?
The game itself was exactly what it's been all year.
It's the same
having
thing.
a chance, blowing it, or not coming out ready, being behind major. I disagree with you.
Oh.
I said to myself watching this, because this is what else sucked about this. I put this on my main big screen.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of good games on at 12:30.
Dude, I know. They were on my iPad. I was
UCLA
devastated.
pulling off a
I know,
shocking
I
upset. Bama Vandy.
I'm aware.
Okay, Arch still sucks. Just check it out.
I'm aware, but I knew we would talk about this.
Yes.
And I know we'll talk about the other stuff. Anyways, I couldn't switch because it was on ESPN Plus and you couldn't do the simulcast.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You're not doing that.
I mean, I disagree with you. When they were down 17-0, I'm like, they're going to come back.
You figured they'd find a way back in the game.
App State sucks. They lost 47-14 to Boise. That is not a good App State team.
No, it is not.
But they were down 17-0, and I went, of course, this is how this was going to start. I wasn't shocked at all if they cut into that deficit. And then again, they found ways to come back and then also not come back and lose. And it's been one of the more disastrous seasons, I think, in the last 40 years of Oregon State football. I'm not going to venture into the whole, Pettibone and I'm not going to venture into that territory. They're different for different reasons. This is in a conversation of the worst. Because at least with Gary Anderson, you could say, yeah, well, clearly something wrong here. He quit. He just quit. He said,
you were playing
quitting.
you're playing a Power 5 schedule all year too. You weren't losing to Apple. I mean,
Dude,
you
this
probably
was
would have
supposed to
lost
be
App
your
State, but
get right week.
Yeah, this was your get
and
right week.
you can't even get right at Appalachian State. And so I don't know how much of the game, the choice to run the ball 3 straight times in the goal line.
Same play.
You were gifted an opportunity, man,
Yes, out of
multiple
nowhere.
times. Weren't they at the 10 or closer 3 times in the fourth quarter?
Yes, Malik Murphy threw a 50-50 ball up in the end zone of like, what are you doing?
He got rushed, and when he gets rushed, he makes bad decisions.
Oh, and they had a chance to win the game if they jump on the football and the fumble in the end zone.
Yes.
They couldn't even get the football.
Instead, it was a safety.
Unbelievable. Couldn't do that. And then I thought at the minimum, I honestly thought that last play, dude, play action boot, wide open tight end, easy touchdown. No.
No.
Same play.
Same play.
Hankerson stuff.
How about a quarterback sneak with a big quarterback?
Can't do it. His hand hurts.
His hand can't take snaps.
Can't take
Nobody
snaps.
can take snaps. It's got to be in shotgun, and then he can throw the football while holding it with the bad hand. But he can't take snaps under center. God forbid. So there's my game notes. Oh, and the defense. I keep hearing about the defense. Guys, the defense, the mindset. I got a kid. That's a good day coordinator. Do you? Because that offense was moving up and down the field at every possible moment that could have been the worst possible time. Yeah. I watched that defense get shredded by, again, a bad Appalachian State team. So
it's not a good team.
Spare me any of the defense of any of what's going on. None of it's good.
The numbers now, by the way, I believe we're at 12 out of 13 games that they have lost under Trent Bray. I think that's what the count is at.
It's 12 and it's 1 in 12 in his last 13.
There was also a stat floating around I saw this week. Of the 18 games that he has, or of the 18 opponents that they played, 13 of the 18. Now, this is not the end-all, be-all, right? Like, games are not won and lost in this category, but it is a factor going in of, like, it gives you a kind of a frame to view it. Of their 18 opponents in the Trent Bray era, 13 of the 18, they have had a better, quote-unquote, talent roster than 13 of the 18. And in those 13 games, he is 5-8. And shockingly, or not shockingly, that was one of the games this weekend. You had a better talent composite roster than Appalachian State, and you lost the game. So you're 3 games below 500 in games in which you're supposed to win, and then you've obviously lost all the games that you're supposed to lose because you haven't pulled off any upsets yet. So it just was a comedy of errors from the special teams blunders, immediately digging yourself a 17-point deficit. It was like, I feel like every game at this point for Oregon State is just Groundhog's Day, where you're turning it on and you're like, okay, there's a special teams blunder. Let me guess, here's a dumb play call in a short yardage situation. Yep, check that box. Groundhog's Day, I've seen that one before. To run the same play 3 times at the goal line, just what or any ounce of creativity there would be nice. So you get Bray a week ago saying, we're not going to fire our special teams coach, Jamie Christian, because
it's best for the players.
It's best for the players, and then 7 days later, they fire the special teams coach. Here is after the game, before we get to the quote from, or the statement from Barnes, here is after the game, Trent Bray, somehow Nick Dashiell gets down there, gets a microphone in front of him, and says, hey, man, you're 0-6. What do you got to say to the fans?
Nothing. I talk to the team. And my responsibility is to the players. And it's not, don't take it the wrong way.
Do you not care what fans think?
That's not what I'm saying. So let's not twist my words. But my responsibility is to the team first, and that's who I answer to.
If you're just wondering like how things could keep getting worse and worse and worse, they keep finding new ways to make things worse and worse and worse. I mentioned the under-the-radar story of the weekend was the guy who started the Damnation NIL Collective, which is now under the microscope for their new deal that they've sold to Blueprint Sports.
It's a good deal, though, I've heard.
It's a good deal, right? No, revenue splitting, it's all good. Blueprint Sports CEO had to come out and say, guys, we're not making any money off this. It's like, you're not making any money off this? Then why are you then where are you making your money? Like, that's just a blatant lie. The guy who started that collective and then was brought in-house to become the general manager of the football team.
Well, is it the football team or the athletic department?
None of it makes any sense.
The general
he thought he was going to be the GM of the football team, and he showed up and they gave him a working credential that did not say general manager. He just walked away. He just walked out of the building last week and was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm out.
Well, yeah, you have no power. You're general manager.
So...
Also, why was he the general manager of the football program?
Yeah, well, I mean...
He's a walk-on basketball player with no experience.
I mean, I get it.
No offense. Like, thank you for your services, but...
Sure.
Yikes.
I know. Then Scott Barnes jumped into the fray yesterday. Said, I hear you.
Beaver Nation. You want to read it? I have it here.
Oh, I got it. Oh,
okay.
I'm just trying to let it slow build,
Well, I didn't know if you're on the email.
I'm not on the email, but I am on social media, and I saw it. I tweeted it out with if you want to go read it, you can find it on our social media account. He wrote, Beaver Nation.
Dear Beaver Nation.
I understand and share your disappointment with how our football season has started.
Oh, okay.
My expectations for our program are high, and right now, we're not meeting them.
Yeah, I wasn't meeting them at 0-5 or 4 or 3 either.
Head coach Trent Bray and I are reviewing every aspect of the program and are committed to making immediate changes. With half of the regular season still ahead, there remains an opportunity to continue improving in every area.
Absolutely.
Your feedback is important to us, and it aligns with our own concerns and frustration. We value your support, and together, we can create more memorable moments for Beaver Nation. The work to get back to winning ways, our winning ways, begins in earnest now. Go Beavs. Signed, Scott Barnes.
0-6, but it starts now.
It almost was like they wanted to get a cookie for doing the thing that everybody said they should have done a month ago. How the special teams coordinator was not fired following the Fresno State game is athletic department malpractice.
I mean,
like that is the most obvious thing you do.
Yep.
Your head coach called it a bleeping joke on national television.
But then said it was good for the kids.
And then said it was good for the kids that he was still employed. I don't even think he fired him, to your point. I think this was like the athletic department finally was like, dude, we are losing
100%. This was
so many season tickets and so many donation cancellations that we have to do something to appease these people.
Wait till you see the Wake Forest crowd.
Yeah, there's going to be nobody there.
Bad, dude.
So you didn't
I'd argue the students shouldn't show up.
The most obvious thing that you could have done just to get people to calm down and put their pitchforks away for a moment. Yeah. You could have done a month ago. You've now done, and you're looking around like, hey, see, we finally did the thing you all wanted us to do a month too late, and then you get a statement from the athletic director that does literally nothing and means literally nothing, and now you're beginning to win, and our journey to get back to winning begins in earnest now? What have you been doing for the last year?
You got to go 6-6 and be a bowl team?
You got shut out by Air Force last year. How did it not begin in earnest then?
The Cal game? 44-7?
Start then.
Fresno State.
Then.
Cal? Want to keep going?
Nah,
we can just go the last 13 games.
Now it begins.
Times.
Now we're taking this seriously.